Welcome to the 9th episode of Byte-Sized JavaScript. In this episode, we'll talk about code generators and specifically Yeoman. A code generator is like a starter kit for your application. By using a generator, you don't have to configure your application stack from scratch. Instead, you just answer a few basic questions about your app and you'll have a sample skeleton app that utilizes industry standards and best practices. So code generators are for the lazy people who wants to get things done fast, and that's a good thing. In this session, we'll dig into generators a little deeper, and we'll be writing our own generator to see how things work behind the scenes. And we won't even write the entire generator code ourselves, because guess what? There is a generator that generates generators. And using a generator to generate generators will drastically speed up our development process. Therefore, we are being productive by being extra lazy, so to speak. At its very basis, a Yeoman generator will read a bunch of template files, ask some questions to you, then it will generate a set of files inside your destination project folder by feeding those templates with the input you have provided in your questions. In its essence, the generator is nothing but a global Node.js command line application, so you can do anything a Node.js application can do with your generator. And before we begin, we'll first need to install Yeoman globally with npm install-g yo, and then we'll install a generator globally by doing a npm install-g generator-generator. Now let's go to our projects folder and run our generator by executing yo generator. The generator will generate our generator when we answer a few simple questions, as you see here. What just happened right now is Yeoman just initialized all the required dependencies and modules for your generator, and it even initialized an empty Git repository for you. Although we haven't written a single line of code, we have a working generator application that we can use as a foundation for our project. Isn't that cool? Now let's open this generated project in our IDE. And after opening the project, I'll add a few files to the app/templates folder. And the files you see here are the files that I put into all of my open source projects, such as a README file or a license file or a code of conduct. And our generator will do some template replacements on those files. Now let's look into the generator/app/index.js. That's kind of our main entry point. And what we'll do here is we'll create a list of files to copy inside this writing event. And for each file, we'll run a template operation. And one thing that I constantly use in my open source projects is an ASCII art banner or a header file. And I usually put the ASCII art banner to the very top of the README file. So what I'll do is to provide a path to that banner file as an input and then do a template replacement in my README file with the contents of that banner file. So let's ask for a banner file first. And the default value of this file will be a banner.txt under the current destination directory. I'll also move this index.js to the lib folder, and inside our app's entry point, I'll require a releases module that we have not created yet. So let's go to our bin folder and write a simple code that will take everything inside this lib folder and then transpile it into the releases folder. So whenever we run transpile.js, we'll be updating what we have in this release folder. Next, I'll add a few other questions into this prompts collection, and when all the questions are answered, we'll be populating a props object as a seed object to our template files. And after that, I'll create two promises to read from two different files to populate some template variables, namely doc banner, src banner, and src header. Src banner and src header will be injected to the template files like this, as you see, and the doc banner inside the templates will be used like this, as you see. And let's go back to our promises again, and after reading all the files, we'll prepare our template variables. And that should finish our sample generator. To test it, we'll create a test folder and put 3 files into it, as you see here, and then we'll run yo and select the generator that we just created. And by just answering a bunch of questions, we'll be creating all this file and folder structure that you see here. Since our generator appears to work properly, we'll next commit our changes to GitHub and publish our module to npm. And there we have it. So that was a quick introduction to Yeoman. If you are interested in learning more about generators, their potential use cases, and how you can configure them even further, then I strongly suggest you go to yeoman.io and read the documentation out there. In this episode, we have learned how we can use code templates with Yeoman to generate a customized project structure. Yeoman generators helps you with the boring setup and configuration tasks for your project so that you can focus on more fun things, like, actually building stuff. Being lazy is good, it makes you productive. We'll continue our lazy attitude in the following episodes as well. And until then, may the source be with you.